Welcome good viewers, and today we are taking the first proper look at a model from the new motorcycle brand causing a proper stir in South Africa. This is the SRT900 SX from QJMotor. A few weeks ago we went to the SA launch where we got to ride each model, including this one, but we literally just got one lap of a go-kart track. It wasn't exactly thorough testing. However, now we get to do some proper mileage and get a real feel from this new brand from China. What makes QJ particularly interesting is that it produces what appears to be thoroughly grown up, fully kitted out motorcycles, but for ridiculously good prices. For example, this SRT900 is on sale for just 169,000 Rand. A fully grown 900cc twin adventure motorcycle for that price.
Seriously, as far as I can tell, this is the biggest capacity Chinese bike currently available on the South African market. Two-wheel motorcycle, definitely, yeah. As far as I know, the other one was an 800. This is the 900. That's pretty good going.
To be precise, the QJ has a 904cc motor with parallel twin cylinders, plus all the DOHC and fuel injection and 6-speed gearbox and all the proper stuff.
It's got a pucky little motor. You really open the throttle and really stuff does happen. It's extremely torquey at the lower RPM. It does run out slightly at sort of higher RPM, just a little bit, but not too much, just a bit. But I prefer the torquiness of it. It's not a slow bike. This is definitely not a slow motorcycle.
It produces a steady 94 horsepower and 19 Newton meters of torque, which is more or less spot on for a 900cc twin.
Top speed, I've had it up to 190. That wasn't top speed, that's the top speed I saw. And it was perfectly alright. It was not out of shape, it was nice and stable, it was perfectly good. Life was brilliant. Got a quick shifter works well enough. There we go, up. It is a very long stroke, and it's got a very it's weird, it's got like a spongy kind of feel about it, where the other ones are very click, 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 very thin and sort of pinprick and precise. This is like whoop, whoop, but it does work. Look, in fairness, I mean, first to second, I have hit neutral once or twice. Yeah, okay, but not. If I owned this bike, I'd have more I'd be more conscientious between first and second, and then that's okay.
While 190 is the top speed we saw, it can do more. However, top speed isn't the SRT's main directive. Clearly, it has been designed to steamroll its way into the world of adventure riding, and that means it needs to travel the distance. For that, it has a 24-litre tank, which is rather good.
It's a very comfortable motorcycle. Clearly QJMotor hasn't cottoned on to what the Japanese and the Europeans have now started doing, which is to make their seats frankly out of marble. It's ridiculous. This one is still, it really is a soft, cushy little seat, very encapsulating. Bars are on the right place, foot pegs are on the right place. I'm a happy camper right now.
Now what truly sets QJ apart is not just the price, for which you'd imagine you'd receive something somewhat basic. But no, it is every bell, every whistle, and then some.
Okay, here is the unfortunate test for the Chinese, is that you need to compare it to what is currently acceptable, or established. And you look at these buttons, and if this were on a KTM or a Triumph or a BMW or a Japanese bike, I mean, not quite the same, they would be a bit different. You'd go, okay, yeah, alright. It's all very straightforward. You've got, there's enter, there's set, there's up and down, and yeah. The only problem is that you can't adjust anything on the fly. You have to actually stop the bike and then it'll go into the menu. The only thing you can actually adjust is the traction control and the heated seats and the heated grips. Those you can do. Oh, and the cruise control, of course. It has all of that.
And all of that is standard, plus quite a lot more. For example, you can connect to your Apple CarPlay or Android device, or GPS. And it can also connect to this little camera on the front of the motorcycle that serves as a sort of a dash cam.
So here's something else a bit nifty. If you look over here and over here, it's got your tire, your front tire temperature and your front tire pressure, rear tire temperature, rear tire. I don't know quite what that's for. I mean, the pressure I understand, obviously. I don't know the temperature. I mean, that makes a difference when you're a MotoGP rider. Yeah, then that makes a difference. But here on this, honestly, with these tires, it makes no difference. But it's kind of fun. Oh, and it's also got these mirror thingies that come on when someone's coming to overtake you. That means you need to speed up. Your mate's about to catch up to you.
So far so good, however there are one or two little concerns. The first is the weight, which with fuel is 257 kilograms.
Yeah, so this is heavy. Does weigh a lot. Although to my mind, trying to be optimistic about things is that if they say it's... Now the reason they go for light motorcycles, other bikes are very light, because they use lightweight materials that are very expensive. You don't feel it when you're riding. It feels very solid. The only time you do feel the heaviness is when you're kind of doing very low speed stuff. But this is not a low speed technical motorcycle. If you're taking this up the side of a mountain, yeah, they didn't build for that. This is not what this bike is made for. This is a sort of cruiser, tourer, soft off-road machine. Oh yeah, we did take it off-road. You push, there's a nice button over here. You push it, you hold it down, and then the TC light over on that side disappears, and then you don't have traction control, and then the motor feels great, and wheel spins and all that. One thing, these tires are on-road tires with like 2 spoonfuls of off-road. It's not an off-road tire. It's not really off-road tire, especially the front. It's also 19-inch. They don't have 21s yet, but you know, it works. You know, it works.
Naturally, I have compassion for the heavier kids, but there's another little niggle too.
If I had some complaints, it's the suspension. Okay, it's got Mazzocchi forks and all that. It does feel very hard. You know, it is a bit kind of rough. You do feel every single bump. And yeah, okay, the thing is, it's all adjustable. So what I would actually say is that it's set up too hard. It's not like the suspension is just systematically too hard. No, it needs to be set up different. It's set up really hard. The stroke is not plush enough. So it has got dampers, it has got preload setting, it has got all of that. So either you or somebody you know, or the mechanic at the shop, if I bought one of these things, I would have them just tone it down a little bit, make it a little bit plusher. The brakes are by Brembo. Now when we got this bike, it was brand new. It's now got 217 kilometers on the clock, and they felt a little bit wooden. I was just like, oh, at first. And as we've gone, they've actually kind of bedded in a bit more, and they feel okay now. I mean, they're Brembo. They're not top shelf Brembo, but they're Brembo, and they work. It worked magnificently well.
And to be fair, as the mileage started ticking over, the suspension seemed to loosen up a little also. However, overall, we are immensely impressed with the SRT, especially for 169,000 Rand. But to really test this machine's mettle, we have to compare it to its toughest competitor. So that's what we did. Stay tuned for part 3 of the show, where we will show you what happened. But coming up after the break, some very interesting news. Welcome back. Now, before the break, we were looking at the new QJMotor SRT900. It's a brilliant motorcycle, especially for that ridiculous price. It is quite something. Now, we kind of gave away a little bit. We said that bike is a demo from Bikeshop Boksburg, which is a little bit of a giveaway, Yanni, because last time you were on the show, you were alluding to something great and glorious and new, and I was getting a whole lot of texts from all sorts of people asking what it was. So go on, now officially say it.
Yeah, you can officially say it, sir.
No, you officially say it.
I can
it's
say
your shop.
Yeah.
Go on.
So
mate.
officially, we are a QJ dealer,
yeah,
and a stock has arrived.
Stock has arrived. Okay, wait. Last time you told us it was going to be a few weeks until it arrived, and
it was a big surprise to me. My showroom's not finished yet, and in a week, in the launch they said 15 weeks. So we're like, okay, cool. We on track, and then a week after the show they said, okay, you can have your QJs now.
Really?
So
But that was okay. I mean, they had to do all the homologations. They had to homologate 7 different models. That means get somebody from the government to come look at them and decide that they're safe to ride on South African roads. And instead of 15 weeks, it took 1.
1 week.
1
Amazing.
week.
So
Obviously, the government person walked in and said, yes, we
yeah,
like it
I
very
like
much.
this bike.
Okay, so just walk us through. Okay, so the bikes are here.
They are, yes.
As people are listening to this, watching this, they are on sale here. Your showroom, though, which is actually just sort of behind, we're in the entrance to the main showroom here.
Correct.
The main kind of what's going to be the QJ dedicated showroom is actually on that side.
On the other
there.
side of the show, yeah.
Right now, it's still under construction.
Under construction, but I reckon about maximum 2 weeks, I'll be finished.
So actually, when you're watching this, there's a good chance that
They'll
building
actually be
that is
finished,
now
yeah.
under construction will actually be done, and there'll be this nice glamorous show. Because right now it's sort of an overflow for the workshop.
Yeah. Everyone just storing things there.
I mean, I will say, people, when you look at that, picture, if you will, this glamorous showroom, not full of overflow from the workshop, with a whole lot of QJ motors in there. Now we have, okay, there's 5 of the models here behind us. We had the SRT900, so that is a brand new one we've got over there.
Brand spanking, it's not the one you guys just ride.
But you do have a full-time demo.
Full-time, guys can come through anytime,
So
come take it for a ride.
This is this kind of what kind of man this is. We said to him, okay, we want to get one of the adventure bikes and go and ride it. Do you perhaps have a demo? He phoned around, the demo wasn't available, so he said, no problem, I'll just take one of the new ones and we'll just make it a demo and then you can go and ride it. Yeah. I like this, man. But it does mean there is a full-time demo of the
full-time
SRT.
demo, SRT900. It's available. Give us a call, bring your license, helmet with, and come take it for a ride.
Basically, anytime if you want to ride that bike, please come and ride it. It is an experience. I mean, just for the fun of it. I mean, what's cooler than just popping out and riding somebody else's motorbike? It's what I do for a living. But it is full-time available. But I mean, let's talk about it. You got the SRT900. 900 twin adventure bike with so much, with every
That's
single
all the
bell
tech
and whistle,
you can think of at the end of the day.
everything, including a camera in the front and all the luggage space and everything like that. 169,000 rand. But okay, there's more. We've got over here, it's the SRK 800.
It's a fantastic little bike as well.
It's a 4-cylinder 800cc. It's the one they're currently racing in the World Supersport Championship. I mean, it is competing in world level racing, and that is
139 grand.
139,000 rand. I mean, it's the price of a upmarket 300cc, you know, or sub 500cc. You get an 800cc 4-cylinder. Then, of course, there's the 600 4-cylinder, also 4-cylinder super bike.
129,000 rand.
Price over 300.
Yeah.
And then you have my favorite, which is that one over there. It's we call it the 450. It's actually a 421. I don't know why. It just got kind of designated as a 450.
They just rounded it up, not down.
We haven't stopped calling it that. But it's a 421cc inline 4-cylinder that revs so loudly. It's this wonderful
you're banging at
explosion.
16,000 RPM.
17,000.
17, you got 17. Wow.
Okay. It explodes. It's this wonderful cacophony of awesomeness.
Reminds me of the old days of the imports of the 400s back in the day.
What sort of price was that going for?
105,000 rand.
5,000. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
That's not.
So as we were speaking, it's just not going to take away of any other manufacturers. It's just going to fill that gap for the newcomers, newbies. It's just wants to try out, and then which is affordable.
And that's exactly it. I mean, that leads me to then there's the cool one over there at the end.
Yeah.
That's the little chopper, the little cruiser. I love the 600cc V4
motor. Yeah.
V4 motor in a cruiser, 600cc, and I mean the price is
120,000 rand.
120,000 rand. 2 of the models that are not here is the 700 adventure bike, also very good. I suspect maybe even more fun than the 900, but they're okay. I'm a bit of a wussy. Although, hang on, after riding it all day yesterday, I might have changed my mind. But at the launch, I was really impressed with that 700. It's also 129,000 rand, which is ridiculous. Then there's the Super 9 or the SU9. It's basically got exact same styles as a Super Veloce. Them and an MV Augusta did a bit of a deal. It's got the exact same style and I think frame from the MV Augusta.
Suspension. Everything.
Mizaki suspension, everything like that. Yeah. And that was 189,000
bucks. Yeah. That was the most expensive one.
Not 400 and something as you might expect. 189,000. It's stupid money. Yeah. So okay, but now just to sum this all up, when people are probably watching this, we're about 2 weeks in the past now. Hi. By the time you're watching this, good chance your showroom's going to be ready.
Done, definitely.
And all the models are going to be here.
I hope if Kawasaki's got all the stock, everyone obviously all the dealers took all their stock in and obviously depleted everything. So we're waiting for the next shipment, which is hopefully in the first week of March as well.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, do come pop around here. Have a look at these QJ motors. Have a go on them. The 900's available full time. There will be other models. They are
That's
going to
coming
build
soon.
as
Yeah, so as soon as they come in, more models will be available for test drive.
and have a look at all the other stock they got here. It's magnificent. Yanni, thank you once again. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back. Before the break we were looking at the QJMotor SRT900, the latest in the blossoming world of large motorcycles from China, and at 169,000 Rand we are very impressed. But if it is to truly prove itself to us, its newfound South African market, it needs to stand up to its biggest competitor. And that competitor is not a new motorcycle, but rather a used bike at the same price. So off the showroom floor of Bikeshop Boksburg, we got this. It's a 2018 Honda Africa Twin, the previous 1000cc model. It's on the floor for 159,000 Rand, which is 10 grand less than the QJ. But if you want Bikeshop's warranty, that more or less matches the one you get with the QJ, it brings the price up to more or less the same as that of its Chinese counterpart. And therefore it's game on. We also got someone a little more old school to ride it for us.
This is a Africa Twin 1000. It's 8 years old, 40,000 k's on the clock. But the rabbit in the hatch is that this is the DCT, which makes it quite an interesting motorcycle.
Indeed, but how does an 8-year-old Honda compare with the new QJ? In some ways, very well.
The big thing that I've got to say is the Honda it probably feels as solid and well made as the day that it came out of the factory, and that's what you're looking for. It's got a quality feel, a solid ride.
You can't take that away from the Honda. Plus this model has a 21-inch front wheel with more suspension travel, and therefore it can explore places the QJ with its 19-inch front wheel would rather avoid. As far as the motors go, both have parallel twins, except the Honda has 94 cc's more than the QJ. Despite this, they both produce a convenient 94 horsepower, while the Honda makes 8 more torques at 98 Nm. However, from here, the list of QJ features suddenly unravels.
So now here's everything that this bike has that the Africa Twin does not. Cruise control, obviously, heated grips, heated seats, and they've got buttons over here. You push them. In fact, Glenn, as a bit of a joke, turned it all on. I mean, what are mates for? It's what they do. He turned all the heated stuff on while I wasn't looking, and I got on, and after a while I was going, geez, it's got connectivity. Now you can connect it to your phone, you can connect it to your GPS, you can connect it to all of that, and you can control it all through the buttons. That's a big deal. The Honda doesn't have that. The Honda, in fact, a lot of even modern machines that cost more don't have that kind of thing. Yeah, true, the Honda has got the DCT system. This has got a quick shifter, it works perfectly. DCT system is great. That's an older one, it's more for relaxed riding, but this one, still, for that price. And then there is something else very convenient that this bike has, is standard, that bike does not. So there we go. Now included in the price of this motorcycle is all this boot space. You get this top box, you get these 2 panniers, and it's included. So you buy the bike for the price it's advertised, you get all of this, and you can carry everything you wanted. It's true, the QJ has all this boot space as standard, plus a center stand to balance all the bootage. The Africa Twin, though, does not have that. And because we didn't feel like forking out 20 grand to acquire a top box and some panniers, Glenn came up with a better idea.
So who needs boxes? I've got a Lucky Star packet, 50 bucks, bargain of the century, important stuff. Socks, deodorant, you need that, a brush, important, spare undies, you never know, sleeping shorts, also, you never know. Most important thing to pack on any expedition, the white gold, very important. And I know that Donovan's coming along, so I've doubled up. Now, as a person who's very aware of how he needs to look every day, I think this is a hair straightener. We're going to need that for sure. And then to make sure no fringes in your eyes, hair dryer. This will be easy. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong?
What if it rains?
Luckily we got a hairdryer.
As you see, the QJ here, with luggage and features and protection, is how it comes for 169,000 Rand. So this begs the question, can the QJ go toe to toe with the same price second-hand Japanese bike?
I'm one of the guys who just likes to get on a bike like this. It's simple, it's uncomplicated. I can turn the ABS on and off with a button. I can put into sports mode or ordinary drive mode, and off I go. I'm not a big fan of the first lot of DCT, but they've improved a lot since the early models, and I quite like it now. The question people need to ask themselves is, are they going to buy a brand new QJ at once, let's call it 170,000 Rand? You can get it financed, you can get it insured, and you get a full warranty. Or do you go and buy a bike like this, which is a Honda, so you know that it's as bulletproof and as reliable as the day is long, but it's a tremendously more basic motorcycle for your money. Either choice in my book is a good choice. I don't think there's any wrong answer. A brand like QJ is going to need to just prove itself a little bit, but value proposition and all in lekker ride, I can't fault what I've felt today. Both of the bikes are excellent, and I'm very impressed at what I felt on that QJ900.
Okay, so the Africa Twin, yeah, it's Honda, you know it's good, you know it's not gonna let you down, even an 8-year-old bike. Although I will say, I mean, that is an 8-year-old Honda Africa Twin, and it means it's got 8 years off its life expectancy. But still, it's a Honda, okay, fair enough. This though, it doesn't feel terrible. The question is, does this compete with a motorcycle, used motorcycle of one of the established brands for the same price? It feels solid. I'm not sitting here thinking this is a cheap Chinese. I'm not thinking this is a bike built with compromise. I'm not thinking this is a bike built to a price point. It feels like a bike that's really had some thought put into it. It feels like a bike that's actually they put effort into it. They try to make it a decent machine. And yeah, I will say, I mean, it's not 100% as refined as a Honda, but it's close. It's really, really close. And the fact that this bike costs half of what a new Honda would cost is remarkable. In fact, I think it's less than half. I mean, I would accept far less. If this bike could be far worse than what it actually is, for this price, I would have accepted that. It's remarkable. It's remarkable.